I'm Sonino, the lawyer.
I'm very grateful.
It was a very long search, Signor Dobson.
9 years.
I'm sorry it ended that way. But you're lucky. Some people never find out.
Could we go there now?
Don't you want to go to the hotel first? I reserve the room for you.
I've got to make sure.
Very well. But there's no mistake, Mr. Dobson. Angelina Morini Dobson, 1944. The year of the great bombardment. She was just 24 years old.
Took me 9 years to find this.
But there are many graves in Italy, Mr. Dobson. And you wrote to trace her in Napoli. It was just by accident we found it.
Were there any other Dobsons?
No.
All these years I kept telling myself, if I could find her, I would find him too.
Find who?
We had a son. There isn't even a grave for him.
There's no mention of a boy in the death records.
Are you sure?
I think I went through all the lists of the villages of Italy.
You mean he might be alive?
But where? And how could we begin to trace?
Children like that? Someone must have taken them in.
There are many orphanages. But after so many years, I think you could trace all your life.
Somewhere in Italy, there's a 10-year-old boy that belongs to me. And I'm going to find him.
Well, where did they find him this time?
Out on the highway, 3 kilometers away.
I was 5 kilometers.
All right, Massimo, come on in. I'll talk to him. Now, what am I going to do with you, running away all the time? Where are you going?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? This is the 4th time you ran away this month. Massimo, why aren't you happy here? You have so many people that love you. All the other boys and girls, and the signorina and myself. We love you very much. You don't believe that, do you?
You don't care what happens to me. People come in here all the time. They take kids away with them all the time.
And it's never you. But Massimo, it's not anybody's fault. They find their own child sometimes. And sometimes they adopt another child. But they make their own choice. They have nothing to do with that.
Yeah?
And you never know. Next time they might choose you.
Yeah.
Especially if you behaved yourself and you didn't look the way you do. If you washed your face once in a while, brushed your hair. Are you listening to me, Massimo?
The kids I saw in the square today, they had dirty faces. Even dirtier than mine. But they don't live at an orphanage. They live at home.
Mr. Cara, there's a gentleman who wants to see you. He says it's important.
Massimo, I want to talk to you some more. Wait outside, will you? Show him in, please.
Will you go in, please?
Is that another one?
Yes, he's looking for his son.
I don't know his name. I never even saw him. All I know is he'd be about 10 years old today.
And you have no idea what he looked like?
His mother had blue eyes, blonde hair, fair skin. She lived in Naples, but she came from the north of Italy.
Oh, I see. And you don't have any document, any clues at all?
I was a soldier here during the war. I had one letter from Naples telling me the boy was born. Then I was wounded, sent back to the States. I never heard another word until I found her grave today in this village.
I'm afraid there isn't much to go on.
There must be some way of finding him.
10 years old.
You wouldn't have any 10-year-old boys here, would you?
There is one boy. He was brought in here after the bombardment. But we don't know anything about his background, who he was, where he came from.
Let me see it.
Massimo! Now, where has that boy gone to?
Where have you been? The signora wants to see you.
Come in. Massimo, this is Signor Dobson.
Hello?
You look very nice. Massimo, Signor Dobson is an American. He's looking for his little boy. He wants to ask you a few questions.
But there's no resemblance. None.
Signor Dobson, a superficial physical resemblance doesn't prove anything. Now, I'm sure you don't remember your mother, but...
Yes, I do.
You do? You never told me before.
I don't like to talk about it.
Do you remember where your parents came from?
Napoli.
Naples? That's where I met her. What did she look like, son? Do you remember? Tell me.
She was different than the other mothers.
How? How was she different?
She had blue eyes,
Blue eyes?
beautiful blue eyes, and blonde hair, long blonde hair. It's because she came from north of Italy.
How old did you say he was when he was brought here?
9 months old.
How could he possibly remember all that? It's impossible. Besides, look at it. Her eyes were blue. My eyes are blue. His are jet black.
In the sun, they're much lighter. Look, Signor.
Have you got a medal? A U.S. Army medal? She wore it all the time. She would have given it to him.
I had a medal.
Massimo.
I lost it.
Massimo, will you go out, please? There never was a medal. You didn't have one.
I did too. I did. I lost it.
Massimo, please.
You did it again.
He's not my boy. He couldn't be. He's like a total stranger.
Of course he is, Signor Dobson. But that doesn't really mean anything. You can't be certain. The age checks, perhaps.
There can't be any perhaps. I've got to be sure. I've got to have proof.
But what if we can't find any proof? Massimo's a wonderful child. He's intelligent, quick, good-hearted. You know, Signor Dobson, it's only the grown-ups who care about pieces of paper. Children are ready to love you. They don't demand proof.
Are you implying that I should take a child who's not my own?
I did. I took many.
That's different. Somewhere there's a boy that really belongs to me, and I've got to find him.
Maybe Massimo. I could write to the government bureau in Rome and see if by any chance there is something we don't know about in his dossier.
How long would that take?
A few days. Meantime, you could spend some time with him.
That wouldn't be fair to the boy. I'll wait for the papers. Let me know as soon as they arrive.
All right. But if you should change your mind, you know where to find Massimo.
I got something to tell you. They told me downstairs it was your room. I've been waiting.
Did Signora Ferrara tell you to come here?
I came by myself. I've got to talk to you.
What is it?
There are 2 dogs at the orphanage. Black.
Yes?
They got white puppies.
You didn't come here to tell me that.
Don't you see? Black dogs, white puppies. You got blue eyes, I got brown eyes. It don't mean a thing.
You shouldn't have come here, Massimo.
I thought you wanted to find out if I was your son or not.
But I've got to have proof. Definite proof.
I'll show you the puppies.
Not that kind of proof. I'm waiting for papers from Rome. Official papers. Come on now, I'll walk you back to the orphanage.
You mean the papers will say if my mother really had blue eyes and blonde hair?
Something like that.
Suppose you don't find out anything from Rome. Suppose you don't find your boy at all. What will you do?
I don't know.
Will you go home again, all by yourself?
I guess so.
And you'll be alone there, and I'll be alone here? Please take me with you. You won't be sorry. I swear you won't. I can work. I can take care of you. I'm smart. I can do anything.
Massimo,
please take me
now
with
listen
you.
to me. Why do you have to make it so tough? I told you I've got to wait for the papers. I don't want just any boy. I want my own son.
Then it won't be me.
Maybe. Maybe it will.
I don't remember my mother. I don't remember anything. I made it all up.
You've got to keep that boy away from me.
I'm sorry. We can't build walls high enough for him.
But he was lying all the time. It was just a crazy story he invented.
Do you blame him?
Do you blame me? Just because I want what belongs to me?
And you have no room to feel for anyone else?
Now look, Signora. It's hard to explain to you how a man is young and strong with his whole life before him. Then the years begin to steal everything he loves. Each time taking a bite out of him, leaving less, till there seems nothing left he can call his own. It makes a man desperate to find the only thing left in the world that's really his. Now do you see why I get so angry when that kid lies to me?
I lied to you too, Signor Dobson. I never wrote to Rome, never intended to. It wouldn't have done any good.
But you said that...
I thought I was doing the right thing, but I'm afraid I didn't understand you then. Now I do. I didn't want to tell you this before, but I think I know where your son is. Buongiorno, signora Ferrara. Guido, vieni subito. This is Signor Dobson, an American. He's looking for his son.
Prego.
Is Stephen at home?
He'll be back from school any minute.
I wonder if you would tell Signor Dobson how you came to find Stefano. I warned you something like this might happen one day.
Please, Signora. It's terribly important to me.
It was the year of the bombardment. The road was full of people who had been driven out of their villages. Some were hurt, sick. A young girl was helping them, and she had a baby in her arms. She asked me to take care of it until she came back. I've been caring for him now for 9 years.
What did she look like?
She was fair, blue-eyed, like the baby.
His name's Stefano. My name's Stephen. She named him for me.
But there are so many Stefanos in Italy.
Did he have anything with him? Anything that might help to identify him?
You have to show it to him.
Guido, prendi la medaglia.
The medal.
There's no name on it, it's no proof.
It's a U.S. Army medal. The boy's called Stefano. His mother looked like my wife. What more proof do we need? I know it's hard for you, but it's been hard for me, too. I lost his mother, and I thought I'd lost him. I promise you I can provide for him, educate him, give him everything he needs, everything he'll ever want.
Mama, Mama! Mama, look what I found. Buongiorno, Signor Ferrara. I found it on the way home from school.
It's nice, Stefano. This is Signor Dobson from America.
Buongiorno.
C'è che, Stefano?
What are you doing with my medal?
It's his.
No, it isn't. It's mine. What's the matter, Mama?
The image of Angelina.
What do you plan to do?
What do you expect me to do? He's my son. Are they going to fight it?
How can they?
We'll have to draw up the papers, take care of all the arrangements. You'll take care of that, won't you?
It's my job.
You can see your face in them, can't you?
Massimo, what are you doing here?
Take a look at this. I brushed it 53 times. It's like new, isn't it?
It's beautiful, Massimo.
I brought you a sandwich in case you get hungry. Mortadella. Do you like mortadella?
Yeah, I like mortadella fine.
I guess I should have brought you something for dessert, but I ran out of lira.
Massimo,
Look at my suitcase. There's nothing to stop you from taking me now. I found it. I found it. I told you I lost it. Well, now I found it again.
Austro-Hungarian Army, 1877.
There's nothing wrong with it, is there? It's It's old now. It's marked up a little, but the right metal, isn't it?
I found my medal, Massimo.
Oh. What's his name?
Stefano.
And all that stuff? That's for him?
I got something for you too, Massimo. Here. You like fishing?
Sure.
There's lots of rivers around here, and I'll bet you know how to fish. Well, this is good for all kinds of fishing. You know how it works? Like this, see? Massimo! Hello, Stefano.
Buongiorno.
Where's Signora Ferrara?
She preferred not to come. I prepared the papers. I'm going to translate them for you. They're in Italian.
Do they guarantee me full claim to the boy?
Completely. You just take them to the American embassy in Rome. As soon as you acknowledge, the boy is yours. He's got dual citizenship.
Where do I sign?
Here. It'll take a few moments to get through the papers, but there's a copy.
I'll be waiting outside. You like rabbits, Stefano? It's a cute little fella. I had a rabbit when I was a boy. In fact, I had 2 of them. One day I woke up and there were 10. You can have a rabbit in America if you want. We'll be leaving soon. We'll be going on a train, then a great big boat. You'll have a wonderful time in America. You'll go to a fine school.
What did you come here for? Why don't you go away? Why don't you leave us alone?
I know it's hard to understand, but I've been looking for you for such a long time. You don't know what it means to a father to...
You're not my father. Pat's my father. I don't want you. I want him.
Stefano!
Get away from me. Get away. I hate you.
Stefano, what have you done? What do you mean by... Oh.
I'll sign anything that's necessary. Naturally, I relinquish all claim to the boy. And I'll send the checks every month.
That's a wonderful thing you're doing, Signor Dobson.
I was wrong when I said the children out there didn't belong to you. You won their love, that makes them yours. Well, I even kicked Massimo out yesterday. He probably hates me too, and I wouldn't blame him.
Massimo's run away again. Oh, don't worry. He'll be back. He has no place else to go.
Well, give him this when you see him. Maybe it'll make it up to him a little. Goodbye, Signora Ferrara.
Goodbye, Signor Dobson.
Well, he's back again.
Where did they find him this time?
I came back by myself. I'm not going to run away anymore. He didn't want me. Nobody wants me. I just got to stick it out here.
Massimo. Massimo, do me a favor. Run away again.
My ticket says compartment B.
There must be some mistake. It's full.
But I had a reservation.
Never mind. I'll stand.